If you know who this man on your screen is, then you likely know he was with the Brooklyn Nets not too long ago. And you might also know that he is on the cusp of earning his first NBA All-Star selection. That's correct. We're talking about the Fro, Jarrett Allen, the Brooklyn Nets' big mistake. I've been a Brooklyn Nets fan since 2012 when they moved across the bridge and opened the Barclay Center. At the time, they were the underdog team of New York, and the rebranding was simply cool to me. The classic black and white and Brooklyn basketball brand is so simple, yet so smooth. They started the Brooklyn era having built around Brook Lopez and added players like Joe Johnson and Deron Williams. They were an okay playoff team, but they decided to take it to the next level by acquiring Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason Terry in a blockbuster trade in 2013. They gambled so much of their future to land these stars. In the end, the super team only stayed together one season, with the Nets making it to the second round of the playoffs. They had a tough road ahead of them afterward. They were forced to take whatever talent they could find, wherever they could find it. The turning around of the organization was led by Sean Marks, who took over as the Nets GM in 2016. He proceeded to hire Kenny Atkinson, an excellent developmental coach who was vital in the Nets' improvement and success. These changes, paired with signing players with good potential but low league prospects at the time, like Sean Kilpatrick and Jeremy, helped the Nets move into an awesome era. In 2017, news dropped that D'Angelo Russell had been traded to the Brooklyn Nets for Brook Lopez, amongst other considerations. I personally had never been more excited for a new Nets player. D'Lo was the second overall 2015 NBA draft pick, and his potential was sky high. Due to some controversy he went through with the Lakers, his stock as a player and leader went down, allowing the Nets to pounce and bring in possibly their next franchise leader. After an injury-plagued season in 2017 and a rough start in 2018, D'Lo was the leader the Nets wanted. He made his first All-Star appearance and helped the Nets make the playoffs for the first time since 2015. He didn't do it without the help of numerous rising stars, including Caris LeVert and our main guy, Jarrett Allen. Jarrett Allen was probably my favorite player in the Kenny Atkinson Nets era. I loved his afro, the way he played defense, and his level-headed demeanor. The Nets knew he had the potential to be their center of the future. However, another era of Brooklyn basketball seemed to get in the way of that. Most of us know that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving joined the Nets in 2019. Not too long after, James Harden was traded to the Nets in another blockbuster trade that sent Jarrett Allen to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nobody was punching the air more than I was when I heard this news. To be honest, I was more of a personal fan of Jarrett Allen than I was a fan of his basketball potential. I mean, I knew he could be a very solid rim-protecting and rebounding center, but I didn't think he would ascend very fast with that style. His stats wouldn't necessarily wow you, except if you were looking at blocked shots, but he played his role very well. It's that traditional center role that he's embraced and built upon. Currently, he is ranked the 8th best center in the league, according to ESPN Fantasy. He's taken a big leap and is averaging the most points, rebounds, and field goal percentage of his young career. Not only this, but he's helped lead the Cavaliers into one of the best Eastern Conference teams and possibly one of the best NBA teams. Word has it is that he can make his first All-Star team this year. While you can definitely argue that there are a few centers better than him, his impact on winning is undeniable. According to NBA.com, Jarrett Allen is currently ranked 15th in player impact estimate. That means when it comes to his impact on winning, he is the 15th best player in the NBA. That is worthy of an All-Star reserve berth. It would have been nice to see his ascent happen in Brooklyn, the place where he was drafted, but the Nets ultimately gave him up. It was indeed Brooklyn's big mistake.